Welcome to Kitchen 143. I am your host, Rachelle Aventajado, your resident mama in Manila, and I'd like to thank you for joining me yet again on your Tuesday evening. Today we're out and about. No, actually, we're in HQ. We're here at the Rappler headquarters. And if you were paying attention last week, we were actually in SMX MOA, where we got to visit with everyone at Culinaire. I was one of the judges, and we got to meet some of the most sought-after caterers in the metro. Tonight, we get to extend that conversation with Kitchen City, of course, and we're going to learn more about what they do, all the many facets of their business. And for those of you that don't know, Kitchen City is the biggest multi-sectoral caterer, serving 150,000 meals a day. So this is, if you were paying attention last week, then you would have also seen that their meals were inspired, their appetizer, their main, and their dessert were inspired by the Squid Game, right? So that was the Flavor Flicks. That was the inspiration for Culinaire. As always, if you are watching live, you're watching on the Rappler Facebook, YouTube, and X profiles. Of course, if you're watching on the Momma in Manila Facebook profile as well, guys, say hello. Leave me some comments, some chats. I want to hear from you. I love hearing from you always. I try to respond to your comments, and I want to hear, just what you would like to celebrate for today, okay? Joining me on cam today is Jun Abelardo, Ryan Atajar, and Rachelle Bustillos. Hi, guys.
Hello, Michelle.
Where's Ryan? We're missing Ryan.
He is busy feeding 5,000 people in World Trade Center as we speak.
Incredible.
Right.
So you actually have a catering event going on right now.
That's right.
And this is in World Trade Center. I think you mentioned it was for all the barangay.
Liga ng mga barangay. Yep.
The barangay captains. Hi, Ryan. Sorry, you're working.
He's still working.
Hard. You're working really hard. Well, we're going to get to have a chat here. Yep. So thanks for coming down and joining us in the office.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and good evening to your followers.
Yeah.
Mabuhay po kayo.
Hey, viewers. Excellent. We're so glad that you're here, of course, tuning in. If you guys have any questions, if you're for Kitchen City, for June, or for Rachelle, or if you're familiar with the Kitchen City frozen meals, which I am very familiar with as well, if you guys are, go ahead, leave your favorite frozen meal in the comments. We want to hear from you because the dishes for the frozen meals. I know we're here to talk about catering. You have a beautiful catering setup here. Mm-hmm. Very much comfort food.
Right.
Right. But let's first go into how you started, because you started in 2010. Mm-hmm. You're not a chef.
I am not a chef.
You're not a chef? Not really. Okay, so tell us.
All the chefs are in the commissary
they're
cooking.
All busy.
Yeah. They're all busy cooking.
And there's a lot of chefs. I overheard you saying there's a lot of chefs.
We have roughly around 200 of them.
Preparing all of the different catering dishes and, of course, the other things that you do too. Let's jump into that.
With the food concessionaire, yeah.
2010, you decided, you wanted to shift gears.
Right. In 2010, it's a group of friends. We realized that food concessionaire, specifically cafeteria business in the Philippines, needs to be professionalized. Yeah. When you say cafeteria, it's normally a mom and pop operations and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. No? But when you go bigger scale and all that, you need to professionalize
Absolutely.
it.
That's the first thing that needs to happen when you want to grow. Scaling, obviously.
That's why in 2010, we thought of trying to professionalize it. Mm-hmm. So we bought a small family-owned company operating down south. Mm-hmm. They're relatively a big player also, serving roughly around more than 10 accounts down south. So we bought that, and 2010, the professionalizing began.
So that's when you started.
That's right.
But you were in a completely different field.
Oh yeah, I came
what
from.
What were you doing? I mean,
I'm a chemical engineer by profession.
Okay.
Yeah, I came from Shell Petroleum, And Shell, the likes of Shell is so big in safety.
Right.
And I am proud to say that Kitchen City has a safety foundation into it. That's why I think that's one of the reasons why we became the biggest, and the start is starting to continue to become the biggest because of that culture.
Right. So with a base in safety and the understanding of needing to professionalize in order to scale, you've grown now from that one, a business where you started, but now there's layers to what Kitchen City is, right? So when we say multi-sectoral, maybe the viewers don't know what that means.
Okay.
Explain that so that they can have, a very clear understanding, because catering is different from, let's say, dietary, right? And different from, of course, frozen packed meals.
Yeah, it's called multi-sectoral because we serve across sectors.
Okay.
And this is something new in the Philippines, but globally, there are major players there.
Right.
They call themselves multi-sectoral because they don't only cater to events like what we did in
Private
Culinaire
events,
and
right?
all that.
Like where you have a beautiful table and there's, an occasion to celebrate.
Yeah.
Right? That's just one facet.
That's just one sector of it.
Yeah.
The big one would be the food concession.
Okay.
That's the canteen of the university, manufacturing firms, corporate, and the likes. No?
Yeah.
The third one would be hospitals.
Right.
So not only the
Completely
canteen of the
different in
hospitals,
catering,
but also the therapeutic or the dietary food for the inpatient.
Right. Which is probably even the most important if you think about it, taking care of the people.
It's the most challenging.
I'm sure it's challenging as well as important.
The challenge there is how you balance the arts and science to make sure that the patient will still eat what they see, according to the specification of the diet. So that's one big sector as well.
Right.
Okay. The fourth one would be airlines.
Okay.
Yep. And we are planning to go into that soon also.
Okay.
So the fifth one would be the retailing of food, which is our frozen meals.
Right. Which is actually how I found you guys.
Yes.
So, your social media, why don't we share that now, just so everybody can make sure they go ahead and follow. Do you want to tell everybody what to follow? There's quite a few accounts.
Yes. I was hoping for a turn. Of course, for this one, you can always follow us on our social media accounts. That is at kitchencity.catering Philippines. We can also follow us on kitchencity.frozenmeals as well. But we're also live on TikTok during paydays, double days, and all of that, so you can get a great deals out of it also.
So you go live on TikTok.
Yes.
That's like a whole nother facet of marketing that I have not gotten into yet. Like the TikTok live selling. I need to learn more about that. But guys, you can also check them out, kitchencity.com.ph, which is the website. And you can also check them out, kcfrozenmeals.com.
Yes.
Now, the viewers know that if they want to be considered for one of the prizes, the 5 prizes, because you guys are giving away 3,000 pesos for 5 viewers worth of meals that can be delivered to an address within Metro Manila.
That is right.
And all they have to do is follow Kitchen City Catering Philippines. Is it Kitchen City?
Kitchen City Catering Philippines.
Kitchen City Catering Philippines, and repost on stories. Of course, download the Rappler app. Go ahead and join the food and travel conversation. Tag me. I want to hear from you. I know we're not going to get to try everything behind us. I'll tell you guys what's there, and then I'll enjoy it after we cut. But I do want to get into, how you grew.
Yeah.
Because you were saying that, there are worldwide, there are these big companies who do this multi-sectoral catering. And here in the Philippines, I think you're the only one that does this.
Yeah.
There
are other players, but not up to this scale yet.
Because you can cater for how many, obviously 150,000 meals a day, but like these, let's say, special events like this, you can cater for as many up to 12,000
Right.
people?
The biggest that we did was last year, and it's an event participated in by 12,000 people. It was a 3-day event, and we were feeding breakfast, lunch, dinner, AM and PM snacks. So imagine the operations.
I can't.
That
I'm
is
sweating
needed to-
thinking about it. I'm like, how do you even? I try to get all the dishes, the side dishes, and the main dish on the table at the same time.
Right. and the challenge is you need to feed them in an hour.
Right, because then they're going back. It's like
Going
a
back,
seminar.
yeah,
Was it a seminar?
Yeah,
For
it's not like a
12,000
wedding where
learning
you can
session.
eat for 4 hours or a birthday
and take
party.
your time,
Yes.
and there's courses. 12,000 people is a serious
Exactly.
business.
So you need to have that execution right. Right. We need to set up around 100 buffet tables.
Wow.
Right.
I can't even imagine
1,000 dining tables and all that.
I can't even imagine what that would look like. The pandemic was really difficult for so many.
Yeah.
Right.
is.
So
Yes.
you started in 2010. I'm sure you were scaling your growth and you were continuing to add to your portfolio.
Yeah.
But 2020 hit, and I think the world stopped.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like the world stopped on a dime. We didn't know what was going on. So many of us were just locked up in our condos and our homes, and not really having a clue. I feel like so many of us were blindsided.
Yeah.
How did that affect your business?
Yeah. It's actually a special case for Kitchen City. When the world stopped, a lot of businesses, food services, retailing services stopped. It was the peak of Kitchen City.
So this is actually when you grew.
Yeah, yeah. So probably if I can share that story
I'd
with
love for you to
your
share
followers.
it. I mean, I think that's really important and valuable.
Right, because we did a big pivot during that time.
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic, the business of Kitchen City is really more on the cafeteria and events catering.
Okay.
So roughly around 70% cafeteria, 30% events catering.
Yeah.
And we were serving around 100 companies for the cafeteria.
Okay.
That is where the 120,000, 150 meals a day.
So was that all in Metro Manila? All over Luzon?
Majority in Metro Manila,
Yeah.
that there are South Luzon, North Luzon, and some Cebu.
Okay.
Okay. So the process there is we cook the dishes in the main commissary. We do have this process of cook, blast, frozen, and deliver it on site, frozen, and regenerate it on site. That's how it.
So
that's the process.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Even prior to
Okay.
pandemic, that's the process that we've been following. In 2019 December,
Yeah.
I think it is, 2019 December, we were already following what was happening in Wuhan.
So you were paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
While all of
Yeah.
us had our head in the sand.
So when you
You were paying attention.
yeah, especially when they were already announcing of lockdowns.
Yeah.
And the first one that were locked down were the events place.
Right.
Yes.
Right, because it's a gathering
right
of people.
away. Yeah.
Immediately it will affect Kitchen
Yeah.
City, right? Second would be
You had
schools,
foresight there.
corporate,
Yes.
not the manufacturing, because they needed to do that. Even in the Philippines, the manufacturing did not stop. But the
Essential.
corporate, the university, the BPOs,
Yeah.
I mean, so during that time, I was worried with my 3,000 employees. When that hit the Philippines, what will happen to us and to them? And
So this kept you up at night.
that was the problem in December.
You were looking at this and saying, "This is coming."
Yes.
You
yes.
knew it was coming.
Yes. That's why in January and February, we prepared ahead. We thought of people needs to eat. Whether you're in school, you're in the corporate, or you're in an events place, you still go hungry when you're at home.
Right.
But during the pandemic, we know that the food access is a very challenging activity, right?
Yeah.
So as early as January and February, we thought of this Kitchen City frozen meals. Following the process that we were doing in the canteen,
So B2B. now
from B2B
became
now it's B2C. So we prepared the packaging, the SKUs, the
Yeah.
pricing,
Right.
everything that will make a big difference when people go to their home and needs an access to food.
So that's how I found you guys, right? And
Yep.
so it was around that time, of course, that we were all at home cooking and we're like, oh gosh, we're so sick of cooking. And then that was before the, everybody's at home cooking. Let's make ube waffles, and, right? Matcha, dalgona coffee, like all these things.
But, don't forget the plantita and plantita.
Yes,
the birth of the plantita.
Too, of course. We know that the pandemic did that. Pets became the new babies, and plants became the new pets. So,
So
I found Kitchen City, and I was like, wow, what's this? Ready to heat. And affordable pricing.
Yes.
Exactly. So in February, we were already prepared.
So you started it.
We know what to do
Yeah.
if that virus strikes the Philippines. So I have 3,000 employees. I asked them who owns a motorcycle so they can be delivery boys, and the rest of the crew went to the office, to the commissary, to create a assembly line for packaging, because this is a new process line.
Right.
So we're just ready. We're just ready to launch it. We're just waiting for the right timing. So in March 15, when the president announced the lockdown,
Historic.
March 16, the following day, we launched Kitchen City Frozen Meals.
The very next day.
The very next day.
That's how it
And
was.
the good news is, first month, million sales. We were receiving, not only, we're businessmen, so you're happy with sales, right? But what kept us going are really the sense of gratitude of the people that we were serving.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many good stories that we experienced there, no? Like OFWs. We receive a lot of calls from OFWs.
Because you were the only ones that were actually delivering
and ready for it.
Ready for it. And these meals, so this is, before you go into that story, because some of your stories really made me so emotional, but you were providing a service, and the meals that you created were comfort. They were meals that are perfect with your rice, ulam and rice. And when I say value for money, one container could serve 2 to 3. And then if you have 2 to 3 different ulam, you could serve even more. Right?
Yeah.
So the stories, though, when we were talking earlier, and Rachel, we were talking about the stories. Of course, you see stories on social media, and you do all these things, these feel-good things. But when you shared the stories about the OFWs, and how connected your staff even became, right, and how intertwined we realized, like, our humanity. The pandemic was really hard. So many of us lost so much. But it also showed us our humanity.
It brought out the goodness in a lot of in all the people that we met during the pandemic. So if I may share the story, Michelle, first one would be OFW. They would call us. We have a customer service team in the office. I created that specifically for the frozen meals. They are receiving a lot of calls from OFW asking us to take good care of their grandparents, their parents living alone in a condominium and don't know what to do. They're not allowed to go out.
Because they can't go out. If they're senior citizens, if it's lola, lolo, below a certain age, right? You can't go out. Above a certain age, you can't go out. So how are they going to get their essentials? How are they going to, that was also in the beginning before any delivery systems were put into place.
It's definitely hard to cook as well at a certain age, right?
Because of the raw materials.
Wow, I didn't even consider that.
You cannot get raw material. You need to line up 2 hours in the grocery, right? 2 to 3 hours.
And wait, and wear the gear, and then come, and then of course the risk.
So we receive calls. Some are hysterical, crying, very worried. And we tell them, don't worry, we'll take care of your parent and all that. They give us their credit card, access to their credit card, just with the hope that we will take care of their family.
Make sure that you feed them. And what an immense level of trust.
It is.
Right? I mean, you trust then when you go out to eat, or when you still trust, but this is just an incredible amount of trust.
Right.
And then, your people, you came together because the demand was so high, you actually had to put together like this customer service team who were fielding these calls.
That's right. And on top of that, I personally discovered that there are so many kind-hearted Filipinos. Even during those times.
Of course. I think that's when it brings it out the most.
We get donations, cash donations,
Yeah.
to the millions of pesos, to the hundred thousands of pesos, and as low as 100, 500, or
Yeah.
10,000. They're just telling us, please feed the hungry.
Yeah.
Reach out to the frontliners, to the hospitals.
Yeah.
We're serving hospitals. That's why I know where to distribute food.
Right.
No? So I asked those people, do you want your name to be published? They said, no, just feed them. So I told myself, how can I prove to you that your money went to the right place, right? So I just did some photo ops with the hospitals, us delivering the food, and then send it to the
Of
donors.
course. I mean, that's our own desire to be
Yeah.
accountable to the
Right.
people who are obviously donating from their heart.
Yeah.
And, we want to make sure that's, incredible integrity. Jun.
And it's not just because some are giving millions, but because it's across the status, no?
Yeah.
Some people would call in, they can only afford 500,
Yeah.
100,
still
but they still
wanted to.
donate.
So
And that's
help.
the thing. I think that's the silver lining in those hard times that, so many of us, we know that many people lost, and then,
Yeah.
it also gave us the opportunity to give back. So many of my friends also volunteered for the feeding
Yeah.
the frontliners, and I think all of us, when seeing how everyone was risking their lives
Yeah.
to take care of others,
Yeah.
why wouldn't we? No?
Yeah.
And then why wouldn't we when Kitchen City also made it so easy,
Right.
right? So that's kind of like a no-brainer. I know milestones, we were talking about the different things that you've put into place so that you can scale the growth
Yeah.
and so that you can provide opportunities for others. I mean, from the farmers to the caranderia
Carinderia,
owners,
yep.
right?
Yes.
Tell us about some of those initiatives, because I think, the stories that you're sharing are so valuable to know a little bit behind the brand.
Yeah.
But then moving forward, I know it's, what you want to do is provide sustainable, safe options that, of course, that are delicious and comforting,
That's right.
right? So
Right.
when you saw what was going on in the supply chain
Yeah.
during the pandemic,
Yeah.
you also took it upon yourself. You took initiative there.
Right. Especially the route to market for vegetables. Sad to say, I saw a lot of people exploiting farmers.
Yeah.
They're buying it very low from the farmers and selling it very high to the trade.
Right.
And there's so many hands that passes that the product passes through. So we thought of just really buying directly to the farmers,
Yeah.
buying it at a sustainable price,
Right.
that they are happy as well.
Yeah.
But from our side, it is cheaper when I buy from the middleman.
Right.
So it's a win-win situation.
Which always is good
Yeah.
for everyone.
Right.
If everyone is happy, it's either everyone is happy or everyone is sad. And if everyone is happy, then of course, then it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I see that as a thread that runs through
Yeah.
what you do with Kitchen City.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's kind of important for people
Yeah.
to know.
Because I think the culture of Kitchen City is really on how to make sure that we deliver the food made safe, made delicious. The delicious side is not just the taste, but it should be delicious also with your pocket. No?
Yes.
No?
Of course.
Delicious sa tiyan, delicious sa bulsa,
Yes.
delicious
There
sa isip. No?
Yeah. I
And
like
the
that.
prerequisite should be safe. That is
Right.
our license to operate.
Right.
I mean, all food businessman should take that seriously. That is your
Safety
license.
is important.
That is your
Absolutely.
license to
It's the
operate.
trust
You need
that
to have
people
that moral
put in you.
obligation,
Yes.
right?
You're opening a new commissary.
Yes.
Tell us about
We did our groundbreaking last week. 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Time
2 weeks
flies,
ago.
no?
Wow, 2
Thank you.
weeks like that. Congratulations.
And the capacity is 3 to 4 times bigger
Bigger.
than what we have now. That commissary can do 500,000 meals a day.
Wow.
With the vision to really expand the business both in the cafeteria and the B2C business. In cafeteria, we want to reach as many workers as we can
Okay.
to make sure that we are part of their life in the daily challenges in life.
Yeah.
Forget the food part. that
Right.
is ours.
Leave it up to us.
Leave it up to us. Like, we give you safe food, we give you the right nutrients that you need, and you'll be happy also with your pocket.
Yes.
So that's the idea. We are the fuels for the workers. And we want to extend that to B2C.
Okay.
And the way to approach this is we will be knocking at the doors of carinderia, restaurants, any food retail outlet that we can be their cloud kitchen. I can cook the food that they are serving, especially if it's not their specialty.
Right.
That removes a lot of activities in the back office or the back of the house for them. You know, a simple manang in the carinderia doesn't need to wake up 2 a.m. in the morning
To
to
make
go
the
to the
food.
supermarket and prepare the food. I can prepare all the food that the manang is selling, and she can concentrate with the customers.
Or even her family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I will make sure that they will have a bigger margin. And I can do that because of the scale.
Again, that feels like a win-win.
Again. Yeah. Right.
That feels like a
happy again.
win-win.
Yeah.
And, you know, winning obviously also so many health-conscious individuals.
Yeah.
I noticed on the buffet. So, guys, let me tell you what's on the buffet behind us that we're going to enjoy. We have a plant-based lasagna, laing, Bicol Express, which has my name on it, baked salmon with lemon butter sauce, beef caldereta, and then, of course, the desserts. We have leche flan and food for the gods, which are perfect endings.
Yeah.
But this plant-based lasagna,
Yeah.
tell us whether or not Kitchen City offers more plant-based options for people who want to be a little bit healthier.
Well, again, sad to say, when you talk of healthy options, specifically in the Philippines, it is equals to high price, right?
Absolutely.
It is
That's a
costly.
given.
That's a given. In fact, we had a lot of initiative of rolling out plant-based protein pre-pandemic.
Okay.
We were partnering with big names.
Yeah.
The problem is it's 3 to 4 times higher than the ordinary pricing in the canteen.
Right.
So talagang there's no traction.
You can't. You can't.
Right.
It's just value for money.
Yeah.
You got to choose.
Yeah.
Good thing I found this new business partner.
Okay.
He is doing plant-based.
Okay.
An expert in this. He's
Yeah.
getting the plant protein in Germany
Okay.
and produce it in Laguna.
All
He's a
right.
Filipino businessman, expert in this field, and mimics the muscle of a meat. You wouldn't even know that it is plant-based.
Wow.
But the best part there is he's giving it to me at a special price because of the program that we want to give to all our customers, that being healthy should not be pricey.
Shouldn't break the
Yes.
bank.
Exactly. So when we had that agreement, we rolled out plant-based program in our cafeteria, catering events, similar price as an ordinary meat.
How's it doing compared?
Oh my God!
Compared to the meat.
It's like the frozen meals all over again. When
So
we
everybody's moving and gravitating towards it.
yes, because there's no barrier for price anymore.
Right. Because that is the I mean, unfortunate. It's unfortunate that, you know, it feels so expensive to try and eat healthier, but if you're offering options that are comparable, why wouldn't someone choose the other?
So you tell me later if you would love
I will. I
The
will. And you
lasagna.
know, lasagna as an American Italian, that is one of my faves. So, okay, so you have the commissary, which you just broke ground.
Yep.
You're looking forward to expanding the business now to airlines, supplying airlines as well.
Hopefully,
we'll call that
it's
in.
not in the.
Let's call it in. Let's call it in for June.
It's
Rachel,
far-
are we calling it in for
Sure.
him? We're calling it in.
Matagal pa siguro yun, matagal pa.
And while we're calling that in, guys, go ahead and follow Kitchen City Catering Philippines on Instagram. Post that graphic on your story, because you will get the opportunity to enjoy 3,000 pesos worth of Kitchen City frozen, ready to heat, ready to eat meals that are both comforting and, of course, good for the whole family.
Yes.
And go ahead and check them out also on Facebook, Kitchen City PH. check them out also if you wanted to see on Instagram the variety of different frozen meals, kitchencity.frozenmeals, right? And
Right.
so now when someone wants to order, where do they go?
Of course, they can also go to our website,
Okay.
Facebook as well, and even TikTok right now. So even just scrolling through TikTok, you will see our contents there, and you can add to cart in the yellow basket, and you can actually check
Straight
out.
from TikTok, you can
Yes.
shop now? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can tell I'm not on TikTok.
You can
So what's
shop.
your handle on TikTok? Tell
It's
everybody.
at kitchencity.frozenmeals as well.
Okay.
And there we can showcase our food. We also do live tasting also on our social
Do you like pull
media
people in off the street to try it? Like, try this! And then you get their genuine reaction.
Yes, we can try that as well.
Sa content.
I've always
Yes.
wanted to do that, though. I've always wanted to do that.
Like-
Jasper, we should do that.
Like man on the street thing.
Yeah,
we can do that as
we
well.
wanted. Jasper, one of our guests, was suggesting that we do that, like pull someone in. Try it, try it.
That's the reason why I got a new grad for marketing. I don't understand their world anymore.
I know, it's different now, June.
Exactly.
It's different.
Yes.
I know we're very close in age. Okay, so beyond this, you also have something else new happening next month.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
right.
next month.
Hopefully next month.
Okay.
So this is connected with opening the new commissary.
Okay.
So this is extending it to as a cloud kitchen, as a toll manufacturer. But again, as a strategy, we want to reach out to as many as people that we can serve because of the safe and delicious, right?
Right.
The delicious part is tummy and pocket.
Yes.
So we are
I
going.
love that. Tummy and pocket.
So we are going to launch a fast food chain.
Okay.
A real full-blown fast food chain that will be serving a variety of food that you want to eat every day.
Yes.
You don't want to eat
With an-
chicken burger every day, right?
Yeah, but
So-
with an extensive menu. I mean, the Frozen City meals are up more than 60 varieties,
60
Yep.
viands.
right? So 60 viands, beef, pork, chicken, fish,
Yes.
and even veggies,
Veggies, yeah.
Yeah.
right?
So that fast food chain will also mimic that offering. Not as many as 60 though,
Right.
but it can follow a certain menu cycle,
Right.
or we'll just choose the best seller. So
Right.
people who wants to eat on site
Yeah.
and experience the same food offering of Kitchen City, you'll see it everywhere.
And you don't have to do the dishes.
Exactly.
And you don't have to do. So I'm just curious, what are the best sellers for the frozen?
Okay.
I mean, I know catering, you can craft a menu of whatever it is that we would like based on the number of guests, whether it's a big event or
Yep.
a small event where Ryan is, only 5,000 people, right? You can craft something that is fit for the client, but how would you do it otherwise for these frozen dishes
The frozen dishes or the fast food?
and the fast food?
The fast
Both,
food.
because it's kind of like they're all interconnected.
Yeah.
So we have the data in cafeteria. That's one good thing about us in
Yeah.
terms of planning, because we see the data and the trend of what's the best sellers
Yes.
there.
What are they?
Oh, okay. We are
I'm curious.
We are pork eaters.
Pork eaters.
Our number one, our
We
specialty
love our
is
pork.
caldereta. That's beef caldereta.
Yes.
That's so big in catering events or
Okay.
there's a price to a beef, right?
Yes.
But again, Filipino would love to eat pork.
Yeah.
So number one in
We
the
love
list.
all the parts of the pork.
all parts.
All the parts.
Even the soul.
Even
if
the
you can
soul,
cook it.
as our friend, the comedian Rex Navarrete would say. I love that joke.
Yeah.
Actually, he also had another joke. He actually said that it was easier for Filipinos to come out to their mom and dad and say that they were gay than to say that they were vegetarian. You mean you don't eat meat? You don't eat pork? Yeah. I mean, I know even for me. I went vegetarian for a little while, and my dad also didn't like it. Sat me down and told my mom, make her a steak.
There you go.
Yeah, because I did. I went away to college, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I want to be vegetarian.
Yeah.
Try our plant-based.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You wouldn't even recognize the corned beef plant-based and the normal beef.
Well, you even have corned beef plant-based.
There's,
Okay,
there's a meat,
so
so.
you bestsellers are pork,
Pork,
but
so that would be Bicol Express, pork
Okay.
binagoongan, sisig,
Yes.
all
pork,
those good things.
pork, steak, the Filipino pork steak. No,
Yes. Delicious. Down to the soul. All right. So, we talked about how challenges became victories. What are some, I guess, kitchen secrets, kitchen city secrets? It's obvious to me that you do things with integrity. And when people put their trust in you, you make sure that you follow through. Beyond that, what would be some of the kitchen secrets that you could share that you think, has been instrumental in getting you where you guys are now in terms of?
Again, I will go back to food safety.
Yeah.
When you have that culture in your organization, the rest of the activities initiative will follow.
Yep.
We don't, in our meeting, in our board meeting, we don't talk about how to recycle food. We don't talk about fooling people with, putting the right ingredients and the right meat and the right vegetable to it.
Yeah.
What keeps us awake at night is how do we serve the food that is made safe and made delicious. So having that culture across the organization, from myself to the entire team, the rest will follow. The rest will follow. The temperature, the holding time.
It's really about safety. All the way through.
Yes.
Especially
Safety
with
even
this-
when you're doing TikTok live.
Yes, of course.
Safety even when you're doing TikTok live. So obviously, guys, Kitchen City has many facets that we can learn from, and Jun and his partners have put together something that so many Filipinos are benefiting from. But I am hungry and I want to get eating. So we're going to go through some fast talk questions. Are you guys ready?
Right.
Yeah?
Sure.
Should I participate or just
Both of you, come on, you can do fast talk. You're not that old. You can do fast talk. All right, guys. So before we even do the fast talk questions, I want to make sure you go ahead and follow Kitchen City Catering Philippines on Instagram and Kitchen City PH on Facebook. Go ahead and share the graphics. Tell us who you'd like to sit down and have a meal with. Tell us, what you're going to celebrate when you win these GCs, or you're chosen as one of the 5 lucky winners. Make sure to go ahead and download the Rappler community, Rappler community app. I'm like losing my words here, and join the food and travel chat so that you can tag me and tell me who you'd like to eat your Kitchen City meals with. They will be delivered to you within Metro Manila. Okay, so 5 winners will enjoy that. Admittedly, I got a little distracted. That's why I lost my words. That's why I lost my words, but I'm not distracted anymore because I'm ready to eat. Okay, who shaped your relationship with food? Mother.
Mother, yeah.
All right. Who favorite food as a kid?
Adobo.
Sinigang.
Still your favorite food?
Yes.
Yes, I love sinigang too. Has to be very sour.
Yeah.
Like the kind that makes your saliva shoot out because it's so sour and you're like.
Like you're scratching your face.
Favorite cuisine as an adult?
Filipino.
Filipino.
Filipino. What is your favorite dish to prepare?
Caldereta.
Something that you heat up. Something that you heat up. Favorite food guru?
Frances Ann Abelardo, my wife.
Love that. Hi, Francis.
I would say my mom.
Okay. Favorite hobby when you're not working and perfecting different ways to serve good food up to Filipinos.
Right now, I'm a golf beginner.
Oh, you are? Perfect. You should join our golf tournament. Best Buddies has a golf tournament
Nino told
coming
me
up
about it.
August 30th. Guys, it's for playing for a cause. Of course, we're going to further inclusion for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Hello to my
So
golf
now you can
buddies
join.
in Ayala West Grove.
There you guys. We can get a foursome together.
We call
June's
ourselves
ready.
GC24, Golden Circle 24.
There you go. We're ready. We got a tournament ready for you. Okay, music in the kitchen, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
What's playing?
Right now, it's Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
Eraser heads.
Eraserheads.
That's right.
That's our generation. Yeah. Take out or dine in?
Take out.
Take out.
Two foods that go together but don't go together?
Oh no.
Sundae and fries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Dip, dip. Any kitchen or dining accessory that you collect?
I have to call my wife.
I'm sure. Does she like to set the table, like tablescapes, and she likes to do that? You're on the sofa watching a movie. What's on your snack board?
French fries.
Popcorn.
Popcorn. Signature caldereta or Korean beef stew?
Caldereta.
You know my answer.
Caldereta. Bicol Express or pork binagoongan?
Bicol Express.
Bicol Express.
I would choose the binagoongan. Chicken adobo or chicken afritada?
Adobo.
Afritada.
Bangus sisig or fish fillet with soy ginger?
Bangus sisig.
You should try our bangus sisig.
Okay, I want to try it.
Try it.
Laing or spicy tofu?
Spicy tofu.
Laing.
I like laing too. Laing's very hard to make, so it's very
Yep.
easy to just take Kitchen City and heat it up.
And hit.
Okay.
I got a Bicolano chef just to create
Just
the
to-
laing.
There you go.
Very authentic. Yeah.
All right. So these are our last two that we always end the show with. Sinigang or nilaga?
Sinigang.
Sinigang, unanimous. And tapa or tocino?
Tapa.
Tapa.
Tapa is unanimous again. All right, guys.
Sweet and spicy.
That wraps our episode. Thanks for coming down to the studio, to
Thank
the
you very much.
office, and sharing so much about Kitchen City with us. When is the next TikTok live?
Of course, it's going live again in our next payday.
Okay.
And that is on the 15th and also on the 30th.
All right, so go ahead and follow them on TikTok, follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Go ahead and download the Rappler Communities app, join the food and travel chat, tag me, tell me who you want to enjoy your meals with if you're chosen as a winner. And as always, guys, keep cooking, or in this case, keep reheating, keep sharing, and keep safe. Thanks for joining us, and see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.